Okay, so in this video, I will show you how you can transform your Megascan assets from a desert thing to a mossy grassland type stuff. I'm using this software called Quixel Mixer. You can just go to your browser and you can search for Quixel Mixer and you can download this thing. You can do any kind of texturing in this software without having any kind of issues. I think we can choose this one. And then you can just click on the download settings and I will choose maybe 2K. Yeah, I think 2K is good. And make sure that you use LOD 0. So basically LOD 0 means you will get the high quality and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the low quality. If you know anything about LODs, then you will understood this thing. But for now you can just choose LOD 0 and then you can just download. You can see that we are not getting anything because of this issue. So I will just remove everything and now you can see we are getting our texture. And now we have to convert this thing to our mossy one. You can just change the things from this area like indoor light and you can also do this type of things, but the better option is overcast because you will get a evenly lit thing. So yeah, this is kind of better thing to work with. Okay, so now we need to add a texture there. I will just go to the online section and if I just click on surface and then we have to find a moss. So you will get a moss option there and you will get so many options there. You can use anything, but I think we can use something. This is mossy forest rock. I think we can use this one. Make sure that you choose your texture size. I'm using 2K there and then you have to download. Then what you have to do, you have to just hold this and you have to drag drop this thing to your layer and you will see that we are getting proper texture there. I'll make this thing indoor so that you can see the thing properly. Yeah, I think this is looking good, but I want to increase the size of this texture. So you have to just click on your texture and then if you go to the where is that option, if you go to your placement one and you will get a scale option, you can increase your scaling like this. Don't go too high on this number or too low. For now I will make this thing 0.1 probably, and I think this is looking very good. So we are getting some sort of moss in some areas, but you can see that we are having so many repetitions. You can just make this thing 0.3 probably, and yeah, this is looking good. Still you can see that we are having some kind of texture issue, not texture issue but repetition. You can see there. So in order to fix this, we have to add more layers to these things. But before adding more layers, I will just show you some parameters. So in this area you will see we have albedo, metalness and everything. We don't need metalness, I think. And we have normal and displacement. If you go to the displacement one and if you increase the strength, then you can see this is kind of working in this area. So you can increase it to like this number. If you go to your albedo, you can increase the contrast of your textures. So you can see this is kind of getting very punchy. If I decrease this, so you can leave this thing like that. And for example, if you want to reduce the color of this or change the color of this, you can just click on this logo and then you can change your color. So for example, if I want to make this thing red or something like that, you can do this. So yeah, this is looking good, but what if I want to get this orangish tint also in some of the area, and in some area I want this mossy one. Basically I want the mossy one on the top area and this red one in the bottom. So what we can do, we can add mask. If you click on this button, add mask stack on this layer, then you will get this option. So it will just work like Photoshop. If you ever use Photoshop, then you will know how to use this. So if you go to this add mask component, you will get so many options. So if I click on the noise one and if I use this one, then you can see we are kind of getting the mossy one in some areas, and in some areas we are getting that redness. And if you want to see the mask of this, then you can just press 9 on your keyboard and then you can see we are getting this thing. Now you will see that we have this type of sharp edge. I will show you how to fix this, but let's try to change some value in the mask one. Not masks, the noise. So if you increase the amplitude, you can see we are getting so much sharper results. And if you go and increase the frequency, and you can just do some hit and trial, this one will help you to get more detail if you need more detail. And right now you can see this looks kind of organic. It doesn't look like a repetitive thing. You can just increase this thing to 10, and this one will give more detail. So it works like Blender noise. If you ever use Blender, there is a noise texture in Blender. It works similar to that thing, but one issue you will find that this is very sharp edge. The reason why this is very sharp because this mesh has a UV, and because of that thing we are getting this type of sharp edge. So to fix this issue, you can just go to this option, and then you can add a projection node, and in this one choose box projection. So if I just go to the box projection, you can see we are not having that type of edge. If I disable this thing, you can see there we have an edge there, and if I enable this, you will not gonna see any edge. You can change some settings if you want, but I think default will work good. You can just do some changes in the scale so that you are not getting smaller thing. If you want smaller, then you can just decrease this, but I will just leave this thing to this much, and yeah, this looks good. So if I just press 1 again, you will see the slit mode, and if you press 9, then it will be in this mode, and if you press 1, then it will be in this mode. You can also go click on this button and you can go to different modes: opacity, occlusion, displacement there, normal, sorry, not displacement. This one is displacement, yeah. So what if I want to make this thing look more wet? So in order to make that thing, you will get an option of add liquid layer, or before adding this thing, you can also change the roughness of the texture also. If you click on this one, we have so many maps here. We have a roughness map also, but if you go and increase the contrast, you will see that we are kind of getting some sort of reflection or wetness, but this is very less, I would say, in this area. This is not that good also. And if I change the camera angle also, you will see that we are getting some sort of thing, but not actually. So in order to make this thing work, we have to go to our this button, and then you have to just go and click on subtract. Now you will see that we are getting roughness, and this is looking wet. So I will just make this thing normal again, and we will use this called liquid layer. This will give you some sort of reflection. You can see there, I think this is looking very bad, so you have to just do some changes. So this one is looking something like this, and this looks very bad, I would say. You just have to do some changes, and I will just reduce the overall intensity of this. So this is kind of looking like a wet rock. So yeah, it depends. You can just disable this thing and you can just do your changes in your main layer, I would say. I'm just adding one layer. You can add as many as you want. You can do crazy things with this one. I will make more tutorials on this software, Quixel Mixer. And the last thing is how to export this. If you go and click on this export button, you will get this window, and then if you just go to your custom one, then you have to just choose your location, and then just create a subfolder, name your asset, and then you can make it FBX, and just select your texture that you want to export. In my case, I will just remove this two, and I just need this three: albedo, roughness, normal, and displacement. This one you can also make this thing specular or metalness. Yeah, it doesn't matter, I think. And then you can choose your texture size there. I will export this thing to 2K and then export. So it will bake everything into a single material, and you will get your option there. So in your folder, you will see we are getting all our maps there: rock, albedo, ambient occlusion, metalness, and this type of things. And you will also get a FBX that you can use anywhere. So yeah, I think that's it for this tutorial. I think this will help you. Thank you for watching.